Now it's time to build the upholstery of the chair. That includes the seat cushion and the back cushion. To do so, we'll make a sketch at the mid plane of the chair. So currently I'm in this construction plane, which is cutting through the middle of the chair. I'll also turn on section view mode, which is this first icon in the lower corner. And that cuts through the backrest and the base, which extend above this plane. And then I'm going to go ahead and sketch a line right here on this construction grid so that I'm assured that that is on that plane. I'll also toggle off any of the modes that are on over here. I'm anticipating this because I know there's nothing that I can snap to on this plane. The sketches that generated these different objects occurred on different planes. So now I need to move this over here into the corner, and I'm just going to eyeball it, that is, estimate its position as best as I can. Now this is not critical. After all, it is a piece of upholstery, so it is flexible. I'll go ahead and select this and move it down about like that. I'll orbit, and you can see what we're doing here. Now I'm going to make another sketch of a line starting in the corner here and drawing it up. I'll go back to this plane by double tapping on it. Just navigate over here, and then adjust the position of this endpoint about like that. I want the upholstery to overshoot the structure so it overhangs. Now I'm going to offset single edge mode. I'm going to offset this edge over a distance of 9 centimeters. I want to do the same thing on the other edge below, but it might prove to be a little bit more difficult to select. So what you might want to do is click Done and do this in a second step. What I'll do is go into Groups and toggle off the structure, and then let's figure out which line we want. I'll select this line here, that's the one. Offset that line 9 centimeters, just like we did before. Click Done. And then let's select a line here and say Trim. We'll trim these off. Done. I will connect these dots here. We should be able to snap now because these lines are in the same plane. There we go, and we have a surface. Do the same thing over here, like that. Now I'm going to double tap on the construction grid and just navigate so I can see that more clearly. Okay, so now we have essentially the volume of the cushions that we want. However, I don't want really blocky cushions. I want them to be nice and smooth. So fortunately, we can sketch splines, which are curvy objects in Shaper 3D. I'm just going to sketch one off to the side at first to give you the hang of it. So the way that it works is you start dragging, like you're drawing a line, and then you press the pencil down firmly. You'll hear a click, and that allows you to place a control vertex at that location. I'll press again firmly, and in this way I can shape the spline any way that I want. Finally, when I'm done, I'll just lift the pencil, and the spline is complete. Now there's no way that you can add or remove control vertices after you've sketched in your spline roughly. So what I recommend is don't try to make the spline perfect from the beginning, but just kind of rough in the shape. But you want to go all the way from the start to your intended endpoint. And then you can, click a few points along the way so you have some control vertices that you can use later to adjust the shape. So in the case of the base cushion, I'm going to drag from this corner point, like I'm drawing a line. Then over here I'm going to press firmly to add a control vertex. I'll do that again. I'll just keep going here. And I'll press firmly at the corner there to finish drawing, and then I lifted the pencil. Then I can come in here and tap on these edges and delete them. So I'm now left with this surface, which is a nice cross-section for the cushion. I'll do something similar up here for the back cushion. I'll start drawing from this point. I'll press firmly. like that. And then this might take some practice. You might want to try this a few times. I'll delete that. I'll delete these as well. So now we have some profiles that we can use. In the next video, I'll show you how we're going to use these profiles to loft out the upholstery and actually create this solid geometry of the cushions themselves.